Welcome back to part 2 of the Empress card, Empress Superior of the Ethiopian Empire. The keeper of the door gave him the power to rule the throne. The woman, as Ishakamusa Barashango states, and I quote, "The throne of Set is the mother of the king. The bond between the king and the throne was an intimate one. Empress Wozero Menen was the throne. She represented the mother force that stood behind the king. In African societies, the king's throne was referred to as the mother's lap because it is through the female line that he receives his power. It was her rich lineage that anointed him as Emperor of Ethiopia. Ethiopia was founded by Menelik I, the first Emperor of Ethiopia, according to the Nidar Nagas, who was descended from King Solomon and Queen of Sheba. Empress Menen descended from the Solonic dynasty through Menelik I and Menelik II, who defeated the Italians at the Battle of Adwa. Empress Menen was a supportive wife and quietly and discreetly supported her husband as a devout patriot, was powerful and dignified. We get a glimpse of his immense devotion to her. He dealt with her requests with generosity and with scrupulous attention to detail. She was a perfect example of a royal daughter of Zion, a portrait of a virtuous wife, a perfect example for the people to follow. Empress Menen was so generous that she gave her estate to the monastery as a shelter to many Christians. She sponsored programs for the poor, the ill, and the disabled. She built and renovated numerous churches in Ethiopia and the Holy Land, which she visited on several occasions when she was in exile. Her original crown, when she was crowned with her husband, is presently in the Church of Nativity in Bethlehem. As I was researching this info for the podcast, I could feel her energy, strong yet embracing. It filled my mind and I was transported to the royal palace. The emperor laid with his head on her lap. They were talking about the pending war and the conversation was so intense that his state of mind was in question. He was in deep stress. She was still and listened to him while stroking his hair down to the scar in the back of his head he received as a boy. He stopped talking, and a few moments later, she sang an old Ethiopian song that soothed his spirit. She has the softest voice. She knows his spirit. She tells him they must leave for a little while, only a little while. She encourages him to be steadfast and firm. She leans over and kisses him gently on the lips and his forehead. He snuggles in closer and falls asleep in to her sweet voice of assurances. As he sleeps, a tear trickles down her cheek, and she whispers, "I love you." Upon her passing, Haile Selassie I said, she was a devoutly religious and did not lose her faith in hardship. As Sarah was to Abraham, so was she obedient to I. Our wishes were mutual until we were separated by the Almighty. We were extremely pleased to live long enough in the perfect union, the perfect balance. The emperor built a pair of grand sarcophagi in the Holy Trinity Cathedral for him and his love, together in death as they were in life. Her Imperial Majesty, Empress Menen of Ethiopia and wife of Haile Selassie I, the Queen of Kings and the Queen of Hearts. Thank you so much for listening. I enjoy researching this and I enjoy traveling into the Akasha with her permission to share that love with you. Share this information and rise, people, rise black women, rise black men, because you came from greatness. Thank you.